So when did all of that happen where? In the past, present, or future?
Past.
See, that past perfect just threw everything in the past. And the main clause is in the past perfect there. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Probably. You'll be okay after a little while. Okay. Anyway, hey, listen. You get the idea, right?
Yeah.
You get the idea? Look at while or as. So if you look at a timeline, during the time that something else was, is, or will be happening. So in the first one, while, you can do either one, while or as. I was walking home. It's in the past, right? It's in the past, and it's continuous. While I was walking home, what happened?
Get back on
We
to
got a
it.
notification.
Same time.
Everything's happening here in the past. So you have a past continuous, simple past. Look at the next one. While I studied, where is that at? While I studied,
In the present.
yeah.
Every
While
time.
I studied,
I'm listening.
it's just right, it's like right here, right? I'm studying. While I studied, I listen to music. So he listens to music. Okay? So just present right now. It's during a present action. And then while I study tomorrow, let me ask you a question. What tense is I study? It's present, but then I put this time phrase tomorrow on, which throws it into the...
Should be future.
So really it looks like this. It is present, but when I say tomorrow, it just threw it into the future. I will listen to music. So whatever it is that I'm studying in the future, I'm going to be listening to music. See that?
So could I close like, while I'm gonna study tomorrow, I will listen to music. Future. Oh,
While, instead of saying while I'm gonna. Say that one more time.
no. While I'm going to study tomorrow, I will listen to music.
Future.
Future.
No. And that's where these keep you out of trouble. Okay? You notice future isn't an option, and it's because it doesn't work with this, and it sounds really strange to the American ear.
Yeah. But you have the plan.
If he what?
You have the plan.
In the future?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And decide. He will do that tomorrow.
So you could say, while I am studying tomorrow. See, but I didn't say going to. While I am studying tomorrow, what tense is that?
Right now.
So you need to use the present continuous form. Don't say going to. Be going to. Just say while I am studying tomorrow. Keep it in the present. Present continuous. Use the tomorrow to throw it the idea into the future. But then on the second part, use the future. I will be listening to music or whatever it is you're doing. You okay? So that's why these are great. They work. Don't play with the verb tenses. Stick to the tenses here. Okay? Okay. Now listen. There's two phrases that seem to love. Actually, they require the perfect tense in the main clause. By the time and since or ever since. These two phrases, they require you to use some form of the perfect in the main clause. Okay? And it's because of what they mean. Look at the first example. By the time he arrived, see, remember the perfect tense is just an X1 and an X2, right? So when I say by the time this happened, then that happened, I'm setting myself up for a perfect situation, aren't I? One event happening before another. So look at the first one. By the time he arrived, what tense is that?
Past.
Okay, so they just described event number 1. He arrived, simple past.
Yep.
Then in the next phrase, he
Had already left.
had already left. So really, he arrived, right? This is weird, but I know. He arrived, but before he arrived, something else had already happened. He left. So they used the perfect tense in the main clause to show that relationship of the first thing to the second thing. Are you with me? So by nature, when you use by the time, it's going to be talking about two things. See, it means one event was, is, or will be completed before another event started, starts, or will start. That's a perfect tense.
Excuse me, by the time here, it's like people. It's not different between by the time and people.
Yeah, the only difference is it stays in the simple tenses when you use before. When you say by the time, it's definitely saying something else happened before something else.
You can use before without present past tense.
Go ahead.
Give
me an example.
I went to home.
I went home.
I went to home.
Before he comes, he arrived.
You can do it, but it doesn't. It's wrong.
Yeah.
And people do it, and it's still wrong. Yeah, so that's why this is beautiful. See, if you take the time to learn it, then it takes the frustration out of the adverb clauses of time, because you can be certain that you're doing it right. And listen, Americans, if you ask the average American out in the street, hey, what are the verb tenses when I use before? With an adverb clause of time. You know what he's going to do? He's going to call 911 and he's going to say, I have a crazy man on the street out here. Because he has no idea what you're talking about, right? He just says it the way he's used to saying it, but he doesn't know the grammar. And I'm just telling you, for you guys learning the grammar, you're learning how to tear the language apart and put it back together. The average American really, I hate to say it, he doesn't know it. Yeah. You okay? You okay?
Teacher, I have one more
Yeah.
question. Like, can I use by the time in the middle of the sentence? Like, he
Yeah.
takes a shower by the time.
Be careful. He
Talk.
gotta use past tense. He took a shower by the time,
Yeah, I want to use simple present.
can you? Look at this. Can you use simple present with a by the time?
Yeah.
In the main clause? He took a shower is the main clause. It
Yeah.
says you have to use the perfect. He
will take a shower.
I gotta use perfect. He had
Taking a shower.
He had taken a shower by the time, simple past, by the time I arrived,
I left.
or I left. Okay? Hey, this is beautiful. So, once you understand the sequence of tenses and what the phrase means, man, now you can start, man, you're like a black belt with time, verb tenses. Okay? Anyway, listen, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go on a date with this piece of paper, all right? And then I want you to practice. I'd like you to do for homework, exercise